Hello, good evening everyone, and I hope you're in good condition together with your parents. And today, we will be continuing our next lesson that would be on our week 3. So that would be the system analysis fundamentals. Okay, so as expected for this lesson is to list the three general driving forces of project initiation. Also, we will discuss each area of feasibility. By the word feasibility, it's the possibility of the project. Identify the elements of feasibility analysis. Describe project scheduling using WBS, PERT CPM, and Gantt chart. So, we will be using different project scheduling on what would be the appropriate project schedule for creating a project. So I think you will be using this when you are creating a project on the near future kung mag-create ka ng project sa inyong future yung job later on, because they are using this project scheduling on their company. So it is not just a theory, but this is a this is already implemented on the prestige company, no? Especially on those company that is in large scale level, no, wherein companies are working with the so-called time, no, since it is scheduling. That means it's all about time management, no. So when you're planning to create a project, you need to have a deadline, or certain time to finish the project, because you have not you have not you don't have the luxury of time, no, when you create a project. So it doesn't mean that you hired, then you give the assignment or a project by your boss. So it doesn't mean nga wala siya deadline. So may deadline gina siya. So that's why you need to have a good project scheduling to manage your time to achieve the result of the project using this project scheduling. Okay, so let's start. So in project initiation, in information system development project, either man na siya, no, either it is either in engineering or on an IT, or in computer science, or in a project management. So project is initiated on from a different several reasons, no? So commonly these are the three general driving forces. That's why we need a project initiation. The first one is to respond to an opportunity. So right now, since ang technology natin is a fast-pacing technology, the opportunity is high, no? Wherein the company right now is coping up with the technology also. Nowadays, before the advancement of the technology, people are just only focusing on one singular opportunity, wherein kung there is innovation with regards to their employee, no, to their especially sa mga seminars, no, to boost the morale of the employee. But also they need to cope up with the technology, no. So that's why they enhance also the facility and the efficiency of the workplace, no, because the efficacy of the person depends on the workplace of or the environment of a certain company, especially if the company is putting up the automation on their workplaces. So that means ang efficiency sang ubra nila, okay, no gadasig no mo efficiency gani, the efficiency of their work is gina siya ginduble, no? Wherein the work of a 3 person can work by 1 person now. No, doon naga ano siya, doon naga decrease ang or naga-reduce ang iyang work sang isang 3 ka tawo mahimo na lang tag-isa. Because of that reason, because of that ano nila maka-less ang company sang cost, no? Because the purpose of the automation actually is to minimize the workforce of the manpower, no? Pero depending on the nature of the business, no? Kung sa manufacturing kaya, so you need lots of manpower, but most especially ni siya yung gina-refer sa mga project is to initiate on the offices, no? Small or large scale offices. Okay, also to solve the problem. When you say to solve the problem, to solve a certain problem on a certain part of the department or of the company. For example, the production of the fruits, no? For example, how can a farmer know that pwede mapadasig ang iyang production? So they need manpower. So galing kayong manpower medyo mahal. So they need to seek a solution to their problem so that hindi sila magbayad mahal. So right now, the engineering and the technology ga-create sila sang machine wherein maka-plan sila using the machine alone, no? Ipandaro ng nila ang machine, then automatically it will plant on the field, no, without any person handling it. Dumera sila robot. So that's why they seek for the solution for a certain problem. Okay, so less na ang cost nila sa tao, so tapos ang machine niya masigil lang ubra. So wala pa nang reklamong machine ng tao daw pa reklamo. So that's why to resolve they need to resolve a certain problem. Now anyway, as I've said, depending on the nature of business of a certain company. Then to conform to directives. When you say to conform to directives, so gabase sila sa mga projects nga ginapasa sa ila. So as to respond to the opportunity, so kinahanglan ng project ma-identify nila, then prioritize, and to schedule a strategic plan of development. Excuse me. Okay, so umali dapat ang response to opportunity. Kinahanglan may halaga plano. You need to have a good plan so that you can schedule it, strategize, and prioritize on those important aspects. It doesn't mean that you seek for the good opportunity, pero you need to also to identify those area that is critical to the company, especially sa iyang operation. So if this department has needs to be i-prioritize nyo, so siya lang gidanggaan nyo yung priority, hindi tanan gid ya priority, no? May amo ginay sa isa ka company. Not all departments gid ginagaan gid sang priority, no? It's normal. So however, if may mag-occur naman sa province sa company, so probably next time sila naman i-prioritize, no? But when it comes to opportunity, so kung amo lang kang nga department lang gid, for example, ang need gid be sa isa ka pag-develop or sa isa ka project initiation, so syempre siya lang gid yan priority, and schedulean siya so that maka-create sila plan na for the development or improvement. Also Projects are initiated to solve immediate problems. Itong na-mention ko na. So, try to close the gap between information process required to business correctly. They can initiate as part of the strategic plan but more commonly requested by middle managers to resolve some difficulty in operation. So, as I've said, itong galing pa lang na sila, when there is priority, not all is identified as priority. So, may gina-prioritize lang sila. Okay? And then, project are initiated to respond to the outside directives. Ano sa mga outside directives nila? Ng mga external ng mga requirements. So, syempre, when you're making some innovations with your company, for example, this is a supermarket, before they are using only a manual type of cashiering, wherein they use the calculator and other computing devices. But right now, they are moving to a next stage of computation, which is the POS or point of sales. So, before you acquire the points of sales, you need to register first. You need to see to it that the POS is registered by the BIR. So, external na sila, may mga requirements. So, that's why may mga external requirements, especially kung nag-mention ng legality with regards to the innovation, especially on the implementation of the system or automation. Okay? So, amo nang ginatawag na outside directives. Okay? So, project feasibility. So, according to Prisman, so one of the popular book that I read during my college time, all projects are feasible. Tanan nga maisipan yung project are feasible. Okay? Given lang unlimited resources and infinite time. So, probably there are some project nga small time lang ang iyang span. But there are project that you need to give a longer time. No? So that means may hatag with ample of time to finish the project. Okay? So during feasibility, the project manager answers the question such as, are the expected benefits reasonable? So, nagi na siya. So, when we try to acquire or develop a system or project to be implemented in our company, what are anong mga benefits, no? What are the benefits that we can get on that system? Can we have a profit on it? No, ang atong profit mag-increase or ang sales na bala magnami, or that's the question. Because when you are investing something, you need to have also to have a return of investment. Kung nag-invest ka, dapat may return of investment kagad. And are the assumed cost realistic? So, syempre, when you are investing on something, so syempre, you need to have a cost. So, may cost kina siya. May balayran. May payment. Okay? May debt ka nga dapat i-consider. And then, you need to also assume that ang cost is realistic. So, hindi ka lang ngayon nag-compute ka lang for unreasonable type of cost. Okay? A required activity for all information system project is to assess project feasibility. So, dapat gina-assess kina siya. So, the content of the project feasibility is to analyze the cost and the benefits of the company that you are implementing a new or enhanced or improved or upgraded type of system or project on your company. Because every time that the company develop or enhance or upgrade or improve or create a new innovations or technology, it needs cost. No? Ang bottom line na da is cost ang iya nga i-invest. No? Company always invest on something which they think company can gain on it or from it. Okay, amo na sa ginto sa project feasibility. No? Then we have economic feasibility. Economic feasibility is the process of identifying financial benefits, known by the word economic, and costs associated with development project. This consists of two tests. Two tests is the anticipated value of the benefits greater than the project cost of development. Ang iyabla anticipation niya, ang estimate niya, mataas siya. Okay? No, base ang projected nyo, muna siya, base may taas pa siya. So, they need to plan. Need kung saan pa may contingency plan. Na hindi lang siya kasi silang fixed lang. Okay? Right now, when you are putting up something, so you need to have you need to expect that there's more. Now, mas may na mag-expect ka sa mag-expect ka nga nubo. Mas mag-expect ka na ng taas, hindi ka mag-expect nubo. Kung mag-expect ka nubo karon kag ang nagwa tagas gali. So probably the project will not move on. No? Kung kapos ang budget. Does the organization have adequate cash flow to fund the project during the development period? And that's the very big question. Ang company ba has a cash flow agad-agad, no? To fund the project, especially right now there are more research with regards to the COVID-19. So each of the country invest on that kind of medicine or vaccine or antivirus to suppress COVID-19. No? There is Russia, the European country, the Western countries, no? Even China doing it. Suga fund sila sa research. So those country, they have a I think probably unlimited amount of resources para ma-fund ang ilang project. But Philippines cannot do it. Probably there are some funds pero hindi ma-sustain ang demand or ang cash flow na ginatawag. Okay? So, determination of economic possibility of the project always requires a thorough cost-benefit analysis. So, almost ang CBA. So, ang cost-benefit analysis, may mga, may mga gina-consider. First is estimate the anticipated development and operations cost. Operational cost. Ano mga operational cost na? So, include na ang mga tangible kag intangible material. So, ano sa mga tangible material nyo? Siyempre, dala ng mga printer, computer, on paper, lahat is ballpen tanan nga maka-effect sa project. So, siyempre, alangan magplano ka mo daw, wala kang papel, wala kang ballpen. So, kailangan nyo gits ang mga operational cost. So, you need to do that. Estimate the anticipated financial benefits. Financial benefits are the expected annual savings or increasing in revenue derived from installation of the new system. So, naplano naman na ang kung saan pa ang ganansya ginaplano man, no? How many years can we achieve the return of investment after the installation of the new system? So, pati din na project naman. So, syempre, so you need to project it also, probably 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, depending on the project schedule, on the cost-benefit analysis nyo. No? So, most of the time sa mga accounting niya, no? Pero sa IT, dapat ginutunan siya. Okay? The cost-benefit analysis is calculated based on the detailed estimate cost. So, detailed estimate. Although, magsinga estimate, hindi siya sure, but still, it is detailed. No? Kinanang mo lang labis, walang kulang. Tanan ato dito. Provided, nag-expect ka taas, okay lang. Hindi ka lang mag-expect nubo. Ang lain ko mag-nubo ka, kaya ma-deficit ka. Or, ma-perdi. And, frequent error that most inexperienced analysts make during cost benefit analysis to try to do the calculations before thorough defining the cost. No, hindi niyo ni paghimuon. So dapat mag-estimate mo sa isa ka cost, dapat estimate it nga realistic. So hindi ka magbutang da nga ang price niya na is 20,000, mangita ka isang barato nga 19,000. So at the end probably you will deficit on the computation because you sold it less than 1,000, no? Ang projected 20,000, nangita ka barato, nangimo 19,000. However, at the end gali, pag suma ninyo sa cost benefit analysis, may deficit ka pang 1,000. O how much more if it is 1 million or 100 million. So, it's a big loss to the company. So, cost benefit analysis must be thoroughly calculated based on the detailed estimate cost. Okay? So, na-mention ko na siya. So, there are three popular techniques to assess economic feasibility. So, these are the net present value. Ang net present value, to make the story short, it is the value of the cost today. No? Dala na ang mga discounts naton. Okay? Okay, right now, because of the so sa Philippines, because of the call this one, the train law, okay, I think na doon na ano ko doon na apektuhan ko okay. So based on my experience on the inflation type, no, okay, nabutang diri is the inflation of today's present, no, ang train law. So kinahanglan during 2017, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the price of the construction material is not that high, unlike today. But because of the implementation of the train law, all of the materials on the construction was greatly increased, no, including the processing of the land, the register of deeds, and all of it. Although I don't know the legalities, and I mean I'm not familiar with all of the legalities with regard to the lot. So what happened is my budget is on the verge of do naggamay ang budget ko. Okay, so because of the net present value. And one of the example of net present value is the inflation rate of the item or the products right now. So that means medyo realistic man ang pag-assess or pag-estimate sa mga materials or resources that you are going to use on a certain project. So you need to consider the net present value. Includes na ang mga discounts if there is. Okay. Payback period, also called the break-even point, is the point in time in which the increased cash flow exactly pays off the cost and of operation. Mas nga break-even, kung silingon, probably may ganansya. Ang ganansya kag ang invest mo, though win-win lang. Kasi nga do ano lang siya, do ka aral sa middle. No, hindi ka man pierde, hindi ka man daog, no? So doon mo na ang payback period, because ang payback period, it means a lot of time. That's why we made return of investment depending on the computation of the cost benefit analysis. Kung how many years ka pag-invest mo how many years ka maka gain or maka return of investment, kag makabawi sa imong kapital. So, mo lang ginatawag nga ROI or return of investment. Okay? Dala na ang imong panggasto from the tangible and intangible material. Magsinga tangible mo itong mga resources mo nga makita mo ang mga operational cost like papers, ballpen, and so on. Tangible mo ng mga softwares, utilities, and so on. wherein include siya sa cost-benefit analysis. Okay? Next, we have the technical feasibility. So, very straightforward. It's more on the technical aspect of the project. Wherein you have the hardware, software, operating environments, such as system size, complexity, group of experience with similar system. So, technical feasibility. I think it's included si people who was expert on doing the project. Many say expert on the field of skills like mga programmers, designer, front-end developers, and so on. Okay. Next, we have operational feasibility. Operational feasibility is the process of assessing the degree to which proposed systems solve business problem or take advantage of business opportunity. So, operational is more on the human resources. Okay? Kung anong mga involved sinada. So, example, ang mga people involved on a certain system. No? Mga people involved ang mga end user ta. So, siyempre, part sila sa operation. So, you need also to see or to look out for those manpower na ginahire nyo. Okay, part man sila sa operations ng company. Next, schedule feasibility. So the purpose of assessing schedule feasibility is for system analysts to gain understanding of the likelihood that all potential time frames and completion date schedule can be met. So all in all, it's all about the timetable. So dapat may time frame ang kada aspect. Okay, so later on we will discuss anyway the different kind of project scheduling. Next, we have resource feasibility. The project team must assess the availability of resources of the project. So the most important resource consists of members of the team. So very important siya because it is not only one person who develop the project. So by the word project, lagko na siya. So hindi lang siya isa lang ka person. So it composed of different people in one particular team with different expertise and skills. Okay? So tandaan nyo na kay resource man na siya together with the operational feasibility. Next, we have feasibility analysis. Feasibility analysis is the process by which feasibility is measured. It is designed to determine whether or not a project will be successful. So, as I mentioned to you a while ago, all project is feasible as long as there is a thorough strategic planning, including that CCBA or cost benefit analysis, the priority, and other planning material that you need on a certain project, because the success of the project is based on the appropriate or detailed feasibility analysis. So hindi siya mag-work out ang isa ka company or even business kung wala siya tunanggit sa maayo. Okay? If like for example si Mercy, one of my friend told me si Mercy Mercy is not a kundi siya wala yung maging tun anang yung business, no? Pero visionary siya galing. So when siya visionary, though he can look what would be the future of the business. Pero before siya mag-invest to something, siyempre may ginahagid siya nga manog study sang business if the business is feasible or not. So gahire na sila ya. So may mga analysis sila para analyze ang business yung i-put up nimo. So, but they have money. But for us, may lang swerte, may man hindi. Pero, syempre, you need to study what would be the project and analyze what would be the outcome of the project or the business you want to put up with. Excuse me. So, kailangan mo gid siya i-tunan. So, hindi siya laglako. It's not easy. So, in general terms, the elements of visibility analysis for a project should cover the following. First one is need analysis, which is very true. Next is to process work. Included na ang mga business model mo. Okay? Magsiling nga business model kung sino mong affected ng mga area. No? Kung sa school, damo ka affected. Kung sa isa lang kagamay nga business, for example, mga lending lang, so probably, lagko or gamay nga mga lending, so pwede. Construction, lain man. Engineering, lain man. So, you need to process the work. Then, engineering design. So, especially if you have a supply or materials that you're going to put up with. Cost estimate. So, syempre, if you have design, so you need to have the materials. So, you need to list down the cost estimate of the project. Financial analysis para magpadayon ng project. To be funded, meron ka cash flow using the cost-benefit analysis. So, project impact, so, determines the effect on the environment, social, cultural, political, and economic impact. Also, the value-added potential of the project should be assessed. Okay? Magsiling environment, for example, sa engineering. So, anong effect sa environment? Ano ka be quarry, anong effect sa environment? Sa social, nagpa-put up si dito mga tower di sa Bacolod kay para may bagong internet provider. So, anong iyang effect sa society? Cultural, political, and economic impact. Okay? So, that is project impacts. Conclusions and recommendations. So, feasibility should study the end and overall outcome of the project analysis. Siyempre, once the project is feasible, so they need to have a conclusion or recommendation at the end. When you say recommendation, that is the contingency, what would gonna happen if this one is failing. So, kailangan may contingency siya. So, may mga recommendation siya, include na sa financial nilang analysis and at the same time sa feasibility of report. So, that is recommendation and conclusions. Okay? So, let's proceed on the project scheduling. So, project scheduling determines the order in which activities will be performed, setting start and end time for each activity, and assigning specific tasks to team members. Okay? So that is the purpose of using the project scheduling, which is very straightforward. Now, the first project scheduling is the work breakdown structure or WBS. Okay. WBS is listing all the different tasks, subtasks, and the priority of the task. So, maningin yung purpose. For example, level 1, so task 1, task 2. So, may sabi tatlo, duwa ka task sa level 1. Now, they analyze that the task 1 is very critical, so they separate the two tasks into subtasks, 1.1 and 1.2. Now, after that, subtask 1 break down into 1, 2, 3, for example, work package. That means lain siya ma-assign sa kada team. So, for this team, may project leader, this one is a project leader, and there is a sub-project leader that will oversee, okay, to look out for these tasks that are assigned to each members of the team. So, for example, si project leader will see that all of the task is performed well. Same with the 1.2 leader here will see to it that all of the task is performing well. Same with the other task or subtask. Okay, so that means each of the tasks here are monitored per a certain person. Okay, with a different task. Okay, so amo nang iya nga i-perform. For example, task 1B is data gathering. Data gathering, for example, survey. Din naman sa PIAKB is a quantitative survey. No? So, kada isa naman may arolobrahon. So, each of the level contains different assignment. For example, if on the work package 1.1.1, medyo critical ni siya, so you need to have to designate into another set of groups. So you have here level number 4. So depending on the priority. For example, priority ni sa si 1.1, so ang itong na-mention ko, so you need to prioritize. Because not all the department are priority. There are some departments are critical. So that's why one of the teams should, if necessary and needed, so kung pwede pag siya i-explode into different levels, so you need to have another level here, then assign another task for them. Okay? So again, ano itong saling sa inyo? Itong na-mention ko a while ago, the resources, expert people, skills is the key. Okay? Next to it is the PERT CPM. So, PERT CPM diagram naman is the technique to see if there is a critical path. Mang silang critical path, amo na siyang na-mention ko di nga priority or hindi na prioritize. So, example of the PERT CPM is this one. Okay, so you start from the project here. Then, as you can see, the thick line here represents the critical path. No, as the key. Ang critical path, amo na siya ang inyong objective gate niya dapat. You need to finish it on time. Okay, as you have see here, the task of the PERT CPM, we have make iced tea, prepare sandwiches, prepare fruits, prepare basket, gather blankets, gather sports gear, load car, get gas, drive to what you call yun? Picture site. Okay. Anyway, drive to picnic site pala, sorry. Picnic site. Ayan. Then each of the task here may certain amount of time. You have 10 days, 15, 17, and so on. Same with here. You have early start. Early start. Then we have late start. So, for example, early start. So, gin minus mo na, no? 0 minus 3 is 3. Then, 10 minus 13 is 3. Then, we have 15 minus 15 is 0. 17 minus 18 is 1. So, gina minus sila. So, pag minus, as you have observed, the zeros here represents the critical path. As you can see, do you have make iced tea, critical path. The prepare basket also is critical path. Ano pa? So, and gathering sports, gear, load car, get gas, drive to picnic site, and end. So, the only critical path here using the PERT CPM network is to see what would be the priority of the project. So, ano yung dapat ang priority on making the project from the start of the project down to the last detailed of the schedule. Okay? The slack time here represents the days na pwede ka muka pwede nyo lang hindi pag-iparando kung sana pa ang priority. For example, may slack time ko mga 3. So therefore, prepare sandwiches, hindi siya priority. So that means ang mga thin lines here represents the unprioritized task. gin-assign. So, pila man lang sila, tatlo kabilog. Here, here, and there. Okay, the prepare sandwiches, prepare fruits, fruit, then we have gather blankets. So, there are 3 tasks that composed of slack time. So, that means uh, hindi siya important, no? Although important siya sa project, pero unprioritize siya. Kaya yung gina-priority is this one because this is the main source of the project to finish with. Probably this just only kung sa games pa, this is just a side trip of the project. Okay? So, but part siya gyapon sa project. But the critical part is the priority. That means you can assign team here for priority for 1 to 2 people. Then on the critical path, you assign many people here. So that's why gina-schedule siya. So which is very beneficial to the team, the project manager, and probably you can make some cost effective siya sa inyong team. Okay? And then, the last one is the Gantt chart. Gantt chart is probably similar to PERT CPM. The only thing is that we can see here the representation of task activity plus the schedule per week. Okay? Or pwede man per day, depende sa nature sa inyong work. Okay? So, for example, WBS, okay, workbench structure mo tabi, from here. Okay, task 1 mo da. Task 1 mo is a summary element 1. So, ayan siya. From week 1 to week 5. And then, ang blue represents the completion. And the red here is ang timeline kung saan ako ma-finish. Okay, as you have observed, may mga activity na da. From start to finish to start, finish to finish, and so on. So, gina-schedule niya kung pila kabilog ang dapat nyo nga weeks nga i-perform. Okay? Nangiya nga ang work sa inyong project scheduling. Okay? Again, if you want to know the slack time, so mas namin siya, the advantage of the PERT CPM if you have an ample of time. Okay? When I say ample of time, yan, mo dapat large or longer time nga i-perform. Okay? Because the critical path means this is vital of the vital aspect of the project. But since this is vital, basi malipatan nyo si other task ninyo. Yung naman ang disadvantage niya. Okay? Si WBS naman niya, ga-assign mo lang na siya kung anong i-perform niya sa kada isang member. Okay, kung anong mga task sa iya. And sa Gantt chart naman, okay, the Gantt chart naman represents naman kung pila ka weeks ang inyong kung saan pang inyong timetable. So dapat mga first week on 1 to first week from first week to the 5th week or the 6th week dapat maka-perform na kamo sang completion sang activity B. Okay? And then so that at the end of the week 10, okay, you can complete the other activity of WBS, the task of WBS 1 or your task number 1, and then you can proceed now on the task number 2. Okay? So, mo nang inyong mga timetable using the Gantt chart. Okay? So, that's the project scheduling. Okay? Now, for your progress check, okay, I will be uploading this to the Schoology. Okay, and you need to answer it. Okay, on Schoology also. Okay, so sa midterm na ni siya, no, sa inyong module. So do mo pa rin nga ito yung but anyway, ara bisa ang combination is ang ano mo ang week 3 cover yan na ni ang iban ginano ni naman gin compress na ni naman ang klase sa sining week sa dire kay before kami mag-upload gina-compress naman na namon para paglabas sa week 10 to 13 project nyo na. Okay, compress na siya. Okay, so I'll be uploading this to the Schoology and you will answer it also on your Schoology account. Okay, if you have questions with regards to the week 3 lesson, so you may question me, you may ask your question below. You type the question below, comment it, or you can just ask me to Messenger on our group chat, I mean official group chat, or you can message me privately. Okay, so this is the end of our week 3 lesson. So stay safe everyone, and God bless.